Hi friends, we're watching this video. My first time that I'm posting a video over here, and there is a reason for that. I'm happy to show over here how we can have a solar system installed in our houses, which can help us not consume power from the grid, and it also saves a lot of money and the environment. After a lot of research and after waiting for a couple of years for the right technologies to evolve and the costs to come down in such a way that your repayment or the return on investment is less than 5 years, I decided to go ahead with the solar project in our house sometime in December 2018. I did my research on what panels that need to be used, and all that we find over here in India are companies who basically aggregate or basically assemble these systems and install them for us. So I went ahead with a startup based out of Delhi, and I should say that the experience was pretty tough. It did take a lot of time and perseverance and a consistent approach in getting this installed and running. It took me almost 9 months to get this done. The main reason for this is that we still need our BESCOM or the electricity company by the government to give us certain sanctions, and the files need approvals, and we all know that things don't work that fast. Nevertheless, after a lot of perseverance and going and meeting the officials, we got this done. I have installed a 5 kilowatt on-grid system, solar system in our house, and this possibly is one of the first cases where it has been installed in an apartment. So we live in an apartment. We don't have an individual house or a bungalow or a villa, but we are fortunate to have our own private terrace, which enabled us to get this done. The system is very simple. Basically, there are 2 or 3 components to this. One of these main things are the solar panels. Then you need to decide whether you need to go in for an on-grid system or an off-grid system. Basically, an on-grid system, what it does is the power that's generated through the solar energy gets distributed to the grid, to the BESCOM company, while the off-grid basically saves it in a battery and then it is utilized directly within the house. So we chose to go in for the on-grid system, and what happens is when the BESCOM power is there from the transformer, the solar energy generated actually is fed into the transformer back, and there is something called a net meter. So there are 2 meters. One meter is basically that's been installed. One is the actual generation of electricity, while the net meter does both the reverse calculation, that is the generation and the consumption. So at a period of time in a month for a billing cycle, if we generate more electricity than what is consumed, the BESCOM department actually pays us a value which is not as same or equal to the amount that we pay per unit that we would consume from the BESCOM. Nevertheless, if your consumption is equal to your generation, then you don't need to basically pay for power. So the whole aim of me doing this is not to earn money, but at least to try and see that I don't have to pay money for this. And working on those lines, we decided to go in for a 5 kilowatt system, which is basically what is the power that's given to me, sanctioned from the BESCOM. And this can generate on an average 700 units of power per month in Bangalore. This is average because you have summer times where the generation could be slightly higher, and rainy seasons could be slightly lower. So on an average about 700 units, which is about what we use in our house per month. So I wouldn't be paying any amount to the BESCOM department henceforth. And it is projected that the life of this system should be about 20 plus years or 25 years, with a break even after 5 years. The average cost per kilowatt is about 60,000 rupees. This includes the entire installation, 60 to 65,000 rupees, depending on what kind of system that you take. And you could have a single phase or a three-phase inverter. So I'm just going to take you through what the basics are. We need a space to have the installation done of the panels. So you can see over here on the rooftop is where we have panels. I have 12 panels which generate 5 kilowatts of power. They need to be facing north, which means the slope needs to be northwards. You can see the sun over here, it's east, and the panels are placed facing north. So it is on the higher side is south and the lower side is north. So south-north direction panels are placed. We need access to clean these panels because the efficiency of the panels increase if we are able to clean them quite regularly. Usually we should be able to do this once in 2-3 months. Apart from the panels, the next important component would be the inverter. What the inverter basically does is it converts the DC power generated from the panels to AC power, and then it's supplied to the BESCOM. They also have some safety parameter MCBs that you can see over here, which state as DC array junction box and AC distribution box. This is just to ensure that safety is taken care of. We've used a Growatt inverter over here, single phase 5 kilowatt, and this has a display in it which can show how many kilowatts has been used. It also has a device over here which is a Wi-Fi dongle kind of situation, which it can be used by us to monitor it using an app. So all that you need other than this is an earthing pit. If it is a single phase, you need a single earthing pit. If it is a 3-phase system, you need a 3 earthing pits, and you need the lightning arrestor. In our case, we had the lightning arrestor already installed in our place, so it was fairly simple to install the system. As I said, the system installation takes not more than 2 days, but getting the approvals and sanctions and getting your meters replaced is a cumbersome process. I sincerely urge and request all of you to look at the possibility, not to look at the capex, because at the end of the day we need to give back something to the environment too. This is one of the easiest and simplest things that you can do right now. I have been using almost for 10 years been using electric vehicles, and just recently got rid of the electric vehicle because I needed another car with a higher range because I started driving more. Hoping to see in the next couple of years cars that are developed with 300-400 plus kilometers of range at an affordable cost. So the solar energy would actually charge my future cars, and with zero pipe emission and without having to utilize energy from the BESCOM would be a great thing to do. I'd be happy to answer questions if anyone is interested in going ahead and installing this in their houses, industries, or wherever you wish to, in your farms. This can be done anywhere, and we are so fortunate that in India we have, in most places of India, throughout the year we have decent sunlight, unlike many other countries in the world where they do not have this. So let's make use of this. Let's make use of technology. We'll also put a screenshot of the app which shows how much power is being generated in our system every day. Thanks.